Subscribe to Gizmo Times and get notified about our latest videos by hitting the bell icon.
Hey guys, welcome to Gizmo Times. This is Chetan, and this is the speed test comparison of the Vivo Z1 Pro versus the Realme 3 Pro. These two phones come with almost the same chipset. That's Qualcomm Snapdragon 712 on the Vivo Z1 Pro versus the Snapdragon 710 on the Realme 3 Pro. So we are going to start this test with firstly the boot speed. We are going to switch off the phones first, and after that we'll be starting them at the same time to see which one actually takes lesser time to boot up fully. Now we are going to start this at the same time pressing the power button, and you'll see the Vivo logo to be showing up first, and then we moved on to see that Realme actually had their animation showed up faster than Vivo's phone. But then in the end you'll see clearly which one is a faster phone when we talk about the boot speed here. This was the animation change that we had talked about, and then after that had completed, you'll see that the Vivo's home screen actually has loaded now, and that is faster than the Realme 3 Pro's uh, boot speed. And it's actually not just a difference of 1 to 2 seconds. It's about 10 to 12 seconds that Realme took more than the Vivo's phone to boot up and bring the home screen for you. We have been swiping on the home screen on the Vivo Z1 Pro, and the Realme 3 Pro still hasn't started up. So now it finally starts up, and you can see the home screen now, and it took about 10 to 12 seconds more on the Realme 3 Pro. Now talking about the benchmarks, you can see that there's about a 30,000 point difference for the Vivo Z1 Pro over the Realme 3 Pro. You see that the single core score is much better, but it's almost the same on the multi core score. And with benchmarks, it's always just that the highest testing is done, and the RAM is more on the Vivo Z1 Pro. That is the reason why it actually got a better Antutu score. Now we are moving on to have the actual speed test, and here we first check that they are on the same network, and then there are no apps running in the background, and then we start the timer at the same time. So this was one genuine mistake where we lost about a couple of seconds or 3 seconds on the Realme 3 Pro, and we had to mention that here because it took a couple of extra seconds there. And finally, the Vivo Z1 Pro took about 2 minutes and 17 seconds, and the Realme 3 Pro, if you reduce those 2 to 3 seconds, it's almost the same, 2 minutes 19 seconds. So that's the point here. On the day-to-day usage, you won't see a lot of difference between the Snapdragon 10 versus 712 chipset on the Snapdragon platforms, and the Fun Touch OS versus ColorOS is another point where both have quite a good RAM management, and also the chipset optimization done with these custom interfaces is quite well seen here, because there's not a lot of time difference when we talk about the regular usage and the interface of these two phones. But with the booting up, we already saw that the Vivo Z1 Pro was much faster in that way. So this was the quick speed test comparison of the Vivo Z1 Pro versus the Realme 3 Pro. I hope you like this video. If you do share and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.